Welcome to St. Vincent Ferrer Catholic Church. Catholics believe that at death, life is changed, not ended. Death is a passage to a new and fuller life, and ultimately to resurrection, an eternal union with God. If the Spirit of God, who raised Jesus from the dead, lives in you, then he who raised Christ from death will also give life to your mortal bodies by the presence of his Spirit in you. Although death brings a deep sense of sadness and loss, faith provides comfort and strength. It is a time when we encounter the things of God and our belief in him in a new way. It is a time for us to support and console one another, especially in our belief in the gift of eternal life. So, when as Christians we encounter death, we are drawn to prayer. To pray for those who have died, and to pray for those who have experienced the loss of a loved one. We offer this Mass for all our dearly beloved who have passed away during this pandemic. We know that we cannot gather here inside the church to offer them the Holy Eucharist at this time. But this pandemic will never stop us from praying with them wherever we are. Always remember that our church will always be here for you, to journey with you during this difficult moment. Buenos días. Bienvenidos a la Iglesia Católica de San Vicente Ferrer. Los católicos creemos que al morir la vida ha cambiado, no ha terminado. La muerte es un pasaje a una vida nueva y más plena, y finalmente a la resurrección y a la unión eterna con Dios. Si el Espíritu de Dios que resucitó a Jesús de la muerte vive en ti, entonces el que resucitó a Cristo de la muerte también dará vida a tus cuerpos mortales por la presencia de su Espíritu en ti. Aunque la muerte trae una profunda sensación de tristeza y pérdida, la fe proporciona consuelo y fortaleza. Es un momento en que nos encontramos con las cosas de Dios y nuestra creencia en Él de una manera nueva. Es un momento para apoyarnos y consolarnos unos a otros, especialmente en nuestra creencia en el don de la vida eterna. Entonces, cuando los cristianos nos encontramos con la muerte, nos sentimos atraídos por la oración. Orar por los que han muerto y orar por los que han experimentado la pérdida de un ser querido. Ofrecemos esta misa por todos nuestros seres queridos que fallecieron durante esta pandemia. Sabemos que no podemos reunirnos aquí dentro de la iglesia para ofrecerles la Sagrada Eucaristía en este momento. Pero esta pandemia nunca nos impedirá orar por ellos donde quiera que estemos. Recuerden siempre que nuestra iglesia siempre estará aquí para caminar con ustedes durante este momento difícil. Hoy recordamos a los siguientes hermanos que se nos han adelantado. Today we will remember the following who have gone ahead of us. Consuelo Cabrera, Raúl Ríos, Betty Cerny, Esther Marie McPherson, Agnes Chu, Luz Viminda Erquiza, Wayne Smith, Héctor Barrón, Gabriel Romero, Oscar Rueca, Andrew Fuller, Marta Monge, Salvación Muñoz, Leo Rodríguez, Melba Talice, Severina Melgar, Robert Thomas, Yareli Vidal Venegas, David Aguirre, Ronaldo Vidal, Mary Lou Murphy, Shirley Ray Clark, Angelina Quintanar, Michael Renteria, James Nankayan, Fausto Vélez, Guadalupe Martínez, Frederick Riveral, Armida Longoria, Saúl Moreno Benítez, Romeo Girón, Donald Dietz, Jorge Rico Hermoso, Mirna Payumo, Thelma Gonzalez, Marie Lemming, Consuelo Vázquez de Valencia, Tania Navia Lara, Avelino Valencia, Bobby Acosta, Luis Garcia, Frank Martin, Rodney Deke Stewart, Raúl López, Marcelino Tamayo, Dr. Lori Sullivan, Benedicto Aquino Sr., Reverend Robert Clark, Jorge Villarreal, Desmond Curran, Ignacio Arroyo Guzmán, Evelina Gorit, Roberto Sánchez Garcia, Billy Rish, Pat Curran, Rogelio Asís, Sabas George Mabey, Timoteo Cabrera, Gilberto Romero, Jamie Romero, Michael Ranesis.
And lastly, let us acknowledge our sins and prepare ourselves to celebrate sacred mysteries. I confess to Almighty God and to you, my brothers and sisters, that I have greatly sinned in my thoughts and my words, in what I've done, what I've failed to do, through my fault, through my most grievous fault. Therefore I ask, Blessed Mary Virgin, always in faith, and you, my brothers and sisters, to pray for me to Lord God. May Almighty God have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us everlasting life. Amen.
Lord, have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
Christ, have mercy.
Christ, have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
May Almighty God have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us everlasting life. Amen. Let us pray. Listen kindly to our prayers, O Lord, as our faith in your Son, raised from the dead, is deepened. May our hope and resurrection for your departed servants also find new strength through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and is with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God forever and ever. Amen.
A reading from the Book of Wisdom. The souls of the just are in the hand of God, and no torment shall touch them. They seemed, in the view of the foolish, to be dead, and their passing away was thought in affliction, and their going forth from us utter destruction. But they are in peace. For if before men, indeed, they be punished, yet is their hope full of immortality. Chastised a little, they shall be greatly blessed, because God tried them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace, he proved them, and as sacrificial offerings, he took them to himself. Those who trust in him shall understand truth, and the faithful shall abide with him in love, because grace and mercy are with his holy ones, and his care is with his elect. The word of the Lord.
All the days of my
Lectura de la carta del apóstol San Pablo a los romanos. Hermanos y hermanas, todos los que hemos sido incorporados a Cristo Jesús por medio del bautismo, hemos sido incorporados a su muerte. En efecto, por el bautismo fuimos sepultados con Él en su muerte, para que, así como Cristo resucitó de entre los muertos y por la gloria del Padre, así también nosotros llevemos una vida nueva. Porque si hemos estado íntimamente unidos a Él por una muerte semejante a la suya, también lo estaremos en su resurrección. Sabemos que nuestro viejo yo fue crucificado con Cristo, para que el cuerpo del pecado quedara destruido, a fin de que ya no sirvamos al pecado, pues al que ha muerto queda libre del pecado. Por lo tanto, si hemos muerto con Cristo, estamos seguros de que también viviremos con Él. Pues sabemos que Cristo, una vez resucitado de entre los muertos, ya nunca morirá. La muerte ya no viene, ya no tiene dominio sobre Él. Palabra de Dios.
Te alabamos, Señor.
She went to meet him, but Mary sat at home. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now, I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise." Martha said to him, "I know he will rise in the resurrection of the last day." Jesus told her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I have come to believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world." En aquel tiempo, llegó Jesús a Betania y Lázaro llevaba ya 4 días en el sepulcro. Betania quedaba cerca de Jerusalén, como unos 2,5 kilómetros, y muchos judíos habían ido a ver a Marta y a María para consolarlas por la muerte de su hermano. Apenas oyó Marta que Jesús llegaba, salió a su encuentro, pero María se quedó en casa. Le dijo Marta a Jesús: "Señor, si hubieras estado aquí, no habría muerto mi hermano. Pero aún ahora estoy segura de que Dios te concederá cuanto le pidas." Jesús le dijo: "Tu hermano resucitará." Marta respondió: "Ya sé que resucitará en la resurrección del último día." Jesús le dijo: "Yo soy la resurrección y la vida. El que cree en mí, aunque haya muerto, vivirá. Y todo aquel que está vivo y cree en mí, no morirá para siempre. ¿crees tú esto? Ella le contestó, sí, Señor, creo firmemente que tú eres el Mesías, el Hijo de Dios, el que tenía que venir al mundo. El Evangelio del Señor.
Gloria a ti, Señor Jesús.
Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. On behalf of our community here at St. Vincent Ferrer, Benefit, California, I would like to express my deepest sympathy to the family, relatives, and friends that were left behind by our loved ones who have passed away recently. Since the start of this quarantine period because of this COVID-19 virus crisis, I started hearing people asking almost the same question, where is God? When we are in a difficult situation, we tend to ask the same question, where is God? Maybe some of you may have asked the same question when you saw your loved one suffering from sickness or in a difficult situation. When we cannot do anything and we know that our loved one was left alone dying without anyone beside him. But the most painful experience is the loss of someone we love so much. This is really a painful situation. And I do believe that there are still many of you who are still in this state of shock, and you are still mourning until now. When Mary and Martha in our gospel today lost their brother Lazarus, Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. As if Martha was asking, where were you, Lord, when we needed you? I understand and deeply sympathize with the question, where is God? But I wonder, why is it only in the hard times that we tend to ask this question? When the sun is shining and times are good and life is comfortable and our team is winning and our health is strong, when we still see our loved ones, why aren't we overwhelmed in those moments with the question, where is God? The Scripture tells us the answer, that it is because sin blinds us from the background of God's goodness. So when times are good, there is a tendency for us to ignore God. But when times are bad, we tend to blame God. Sin blinds us from the background of God's loving care that He gives every day, in the day of prosperity and in the day of adversity. Where is God? Well, let me ask you, where was Jesus? Remember, Jesus said, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. So where was Jesus? In John chapter 2, we find him in Cana making wine at a happy wedding celebration. But then in John chapter 11, in our gospel today, we find Jesus in Bethany crying tears at the funeral of his friend Lazarus. Where is Jesus? He is at the wedding and at the funeral. And if you've seen Jesus, you have seen God. So where is God? God is at the wedding and at the funeral. God is there in our good days and our bad days. Because He is a God of Good Friday and the God of Easter Sunday. He is the God of this spectacular and God of the ordinary and mundane. He is the God of the hills and God of the valleys. He is God in the midst of our laughter and in the midst of our tears. He is God when the market is up and God when the market is down. He is God in light and God in the dark. Where is God? God is with us. He is in both places. He is in all places. He is skillfully and sovereignly in control of it all. He is our ever-present help in time of need. He is our consolation and He is our hope. That's the background. And I do believe that we miss our loved ones so much because nobody can replace them. Just like Lazarus to Martha and Mary. We continue to remember our loved ones and we continue to pray for them. This is why we are here right now. We are praying for them. But just like the faith of Martha in the gospel today, who believed in the resurrection, she professed to Jesus that He is the Messiah, the Son of God, who is coming into the world. Hopefully, this will inspire us also that as we continue the celebration of Easter, it is a reminder that the resurrection assures us that there is life beyond the cross, there is meaning to suffering, that love is stronger than death. Amen. Then we request Deacon Efren to light the candle. My dear friends, let's join with one another in praying to God, not only for our departed brothers and sisters, but also for the church, for peace in the world, and for ourselves.
For the bishops and priests of the church and all who preach the gospel, may be given the strength to express in action the word they proclaim, we pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayer.
That those in public office may promote justice and peace, we pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Para que los que llevan la cruz del dolor en la muerte, en la mente o en el cuerpo, jamás se sientan abandonados por Dios, roguemos al Señor.
Perdónanos, Señor.
That God may deliver the souls of His servants from punishment and from the powers of darkness, we pray to the Lord.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Por las familias y los amigos de nuestros hermanos y hermanas, para que sean consolados en su pesar por el Señor, que lloró la muerte de su amigo Lázaro, roguemos al Señor.
Perdónanos, Señor.
Dios, refugio y fortaleza nuestra, tú que escuchas con amor el llanto de tu pueblo,
Dios, refugio y fortaleza nuestra, tú que escuchas con amor el llanto de tu pueblo, oye las oraciones que te ofrecemos por nuestros hermanos y hermanas que han fallecido. Purificarnos de sus pecados y concederles la plenitud de la redención. Por Jesucristo nuestro Señor.
Amén.
Abre mis ojos, que quiero ver como tú. Abre mis ojos.
Pray, my sisters and brothers, my sacrifice and yours may be acceptable to God, Almighty Father.
May the Lord accept the sacrifice
Set
at
your
your
hands
hands
for the praise and glory of His name, for our good and the good of all His holy church.
Look favorably in our offerings, O Lord, so that your departed servants may be taken up into glory with your Son, in whose great mystery of love we are all united, through Christ our Lord.
Amen.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit,
Lift up your hearts.
we lift them up to the Lord.
Let us give thanks to the Lord our God.
It is right and just.
It is right and just, our duty and salvation, always and everywhere to give you thanks. Lord, Holy Father, Almighty and eternal God, through Christ our Lord. In Him the hope of blessed resurrection has gone, that those saddened by the certainty of dying might be consoled by the promise of immortality to come. Indeed, for a faithful Lord, life is changed, not ended. And when this earthly dwelling turns to dust, an eternal dwelling is made ready for them in heaven. And so with angels, archangels, with thrones and dominions, and with all the hosts and powers of heaven, we sing the hymn of your glory, as without end we acclaim.
Santo, 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 es el Señor, Dios del universo. Cielos está el cielo, y la tierra de tu gloria. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna en el cielo. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna en el cielo. Bendito el que viene en el nombre del Señor. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna en el cielo. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna en el cielo.
You are indeed holy, O Lord, Father of all holiness. Make holy therefore these gifts, we pray, by sending down your Spirit upon them and do fall, so that we become for us the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. At the time he was betrayed and entered willingly into his passion, he took bread, giving thanks, broke it, and gave it to his disciples, saying, Take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body, which will be given up for you. Del mismo modo acabada la cena, tomó el cáliz dándote gracias, de nuevo lo pasó a sus discípulos diciendo, tomen y beban todos de él, porque este es el cáliz de mi sangre, sangre de la alianza nueva y eterna, que es derramada por ustedes y por muchos para perdón de los pecados. Hagan esto en conmemoración mía. Este es el sacramento de nuestra fe.
Anunciamos tu muerte, Señor, proclamamos tu resurrección. Ven, Señor, Jesús.
Así pues, Padre, a celebrar ahora el memorial de la muerte y resurrección de tu Hijo, te ofrecemos el pan de vida y el cáliz de salvación, y te damos gracias porque nos haces dignos de servirte en tu presencia. Te pedimos humildemente que el Espíritu Santo congregue en unidad a cuantos participamos del cuerpo y la sangre de Cristo. Remember, Lord, your church spread throughout the world and bring her to the fullness of charity, together with Francis our Pope, John Banks our Bishop, Alberto Rojas our Adjutant our Bishop, all the bishops and all the clergy. Remember your servants whom you have called from this world to yourself. Grant that they who were united with your Son in death like his may also be one with him in his resurrection. Remember us, our brothers and sisters who have fallen asleep in the hope of the resurrection, and all who have died in mercy. Welcome them into the light of your face.
Have mercy on us, we pray, that with the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of God, with Blessed Joseph, her spouse, with the blessed apostles, Saint Vincent, our patron saint, and all the saints of Bishop of ages, we may merit to be coerced to our life, may praise and glorify you through His Son, Jesus Christ. Por Cristo, con Él y en Él, a ti Dios Padre Omnipotente, en la unidad del Espíritu Santo, todo honor y gloria, por los siglos de los siglos.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
And the Savior's manifold divine teaching with her to say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Deliver us, Lord, we pray, from every evil. Graciously grant peace in our days, that by the help of your mercy, we may be always free from sin and safe from all distress, as I wait the blessed hope in the coming of our Savior Jesus Christ.
For the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours, now and forever.
Lord Jesus Christ, who said to your apostles, Peace I leave you, my peace I give you, look not on our sins, but on the faith of your church, and grace we grant her peace and unity, in accordance with your will, who live and forever and ever.
Amen.
And the peace of the Lord be with you always.
And with your spirit, offer each other the sign of God's peace. Give each other, dense la paz de Cristo.
Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. Have mercy on us. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. Have mercy on us. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. Grant us peace.
Behold the Lamb of God. Behold him who takes away the sins of the world. Blessed is all to the Son of the Lamb.
Lord, I am not worthy that you shall enter under my roof, but only say the word, and my soul shall be healed.
Where there is love, there is God. The love of God has gathered us together.
Let us pray. Grant, we pray, O Lord, that your servants, for whom we have celebrated this Paschal Sacrament, may pass over to a dwelling place of light and peace through Christ the Lord.
Amen.
I would like to thank everybody for your participation wherever you are right now. And we continue to pray for one another. Let's continue also to pray for the repose of the souls of our beloved who have gone and passed. The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
La bendición de Dios Todopoderoso, Padre, Hijo, Espíritu Santo, descienda sobre ustedes.
Así sea. Nuestra celebración de eternidad lo vayamos a anunciar el Evangelio del Señor. Our celebration is ended. Go and announce the gospel of the Lord. Amen. Alleluia, alleluia.
Thanks be to God. Alleluia.